Kia ora, I'm Sherry Kinnear and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. Question marks still remain over whether Jacinda Ardern will meet with Joe Biden on her US visit this week. The Prime Minister leaves tonight to the United States and she had been more or less locked in for a White House visit, but her bout of COVID last week means a meeting with Biden is now up in the air. White House COVID rules mean they can't meet until Ardern's been COVID-free for more than a week. That wouldn't be until the end of her US trip and will be dependent on whether the President has any last-minute gaps in his schedule. And the Prime Minister says a major part of her trip to the US is wooing tourists to New Zealand. Her commencement address at Harvard is a pivotal part of her travel, and she says so is promoting brand New Zealand to Americans.
We will be unashamedly promoting New Zealand in the United States as being ready to welcome visitors. We know the lead time for tourism into New Zealand out of this market can be anything between 6 and 9 months. So coming in and sharing the message to come and spend their winter in our summer is a really compelling message for us to be sharing right at this point in time.
The number of insurance claims after Friday's wild weather are expected to grow. A small tornado ripped through Levin early that morning as other parts of the country dealt with stormy weather. AIG, which includes state, AMI and NZI insurance brands, had received 216 claims as of yesterday morning. Some employers are paying up to 33% more in the hunt for talent amid a tight job market. A survey by Beyond Recruitment has found about 66% of businesses say it's harder to retain staff than last year, and 55% notice a rise in employees changing jobs. It comes after Seek data released last week shows some salaries have risen by a third in a year, and the number of jobs listed on TradeMe is at an all-time high. They say there's a clear talent shortage, creating a dynamic where a worker can easily find work elsewhere if they don't enjoy their job. It's unlikely monkeypox will take a toll on our health system if it comes here. The infectious disease is usually mild and endemic in parts of West and Central Africa. A number of cases have been identified in the US, England, Australia and Canada, but it's very different to the likes of COVID-19 in that it's not as transmissible and can be identified rather quickly. Across the ditch, there's hopes a change in government will mean a change in position when it comes to 501 deportees. New Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese took a softer stance on key issues throughout the campaign, including opposing the Morrison government's bid to increase 501 deportations. 501 support advocate and iwi in Oz co-founder FILIPA PAYNE says there's some fear there will be no follow-through.
The hope is also there though. Lots of people languishing in detention are hoping that this is a chance for them to be reunited with their families.
And compulsory voting could be the way to go. Australia has one of the highest voter turnouts in the world thanks to it being compulsory. In 2019, 92% of eligible Australians turned out to the polls, and this year's turnout is tipped to be higher. Meanwhile here in 2020, about 82% of Kiwis voted. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.